Welcome back, learners. This is Kate. I'm your own language learning expert here at Promova. In today's episode, we'll be exploring why certain words sound different when spoken alone compared to when they are part of a sentence. For example, why the word have sometimes sounds like have, but also often sounds like of in a sentence. This is something that makes English so difficult to understand when we hear it, especially when we hear it from native speakers. When people start learning English, they believe that they need to articulate each word clearly and fully to make sure they are understood, just like I showed you now. However, this isn't necessary in English. In English, some syllables are longer and more pronounced, while others are shorter and less emphasized. This creates the rhythm of English, and listeners expect to hear all speakers use this rhythm. There must be an alternation of stressed and unstressed syllables, with the stressed syllables occurring on a regular beat, and the unstressed syllables must have a less than full vowel. Listen to the two sentences and notice how many stressed syllables there are. 1. I'm 33 tomorrow. 2. I'm 77 tomorrow. Here, the stressed syllables occur at regular intervals in time. If you look at the first sentence, there's 7 syllables in total, and in the second sentence, there's 9 syllables in total. However, only 3 of them are stressed in both sentences, and both sentences take about the same amount of time to say. This happens because the unstressed syllables, regardless of how many there are in a sentence, they're squeezed between the stressed syllables. They're squeezed so that the regular beat is not disturbed. The stressed syllables have a full vowel. For example, in the word tomorrow, there's 3 syllables. To-mo-ro. Only one of them is stressed. That's mo. The others are schwa, which is something I will talk about in a minute. So again, in the word tomorrow, to and ro are schwa, and mo is a stressed syllable. If the speaker doesn't use the characteristic English rhythm, then the listener will be placed in the position of someone who, for example, walks out onto the dance floor with a partner expecting to waltz, but finds that the partner starts some strange set of steps which are thoroughly unpredictable and impossible to follow. Or, for instance, marches up and down in a perfectly steady beat, which is not waltzing. This also means that when a speaker of English hears English spoken with equal syllable length, it takes longer to grasp the meaning because they are used to stressed syllables standing out. It's this unstressed syllable that's difficult to hear and produce confidently. It's easier to think about schwa if we contrast it with a different vowel sound. Let's take 2 example sentences. Imagine that it's your birthday today. You've agreed to meet with your friend for a cup of coffee. When you arrive, you see your friend with a present. He or she gives you this present saying, "That's for you." Notice the schwa in for. That's for you. Now a different situation. It's already been 2 months since your birthday. One Monday morning, you come to the office, you go to your desk, and you see a big box there. Your colleague is there, so you ask, "Who is it for?" Now, notice the or in for. Who is it for? When we pronounce the word for separately or in a strong position, we produce a long rounded or, which is similar to the words as more or core or door, floor, for. When it's in a weak position, it becomes a schwa. You may have seen this meme with a lovely llama which says, "I want to be a schwa, it's never stressed." That's because the sound schwa only occurs in an unstressed position. It's never stressed. In order to produce this sound, you hardly open your mouth. The tongue, the lips, and the jaw are relaxed. It's that sound that is found in the unstressed syllables of words, no matter how they are spelt. Now that we've established that in English, syllables vary in length, you might be wondering why this is happening. One important reason is that this contrast helps listeners quickly identify the most important words. Thus, function words in American English are often reduced and pronounced differently within sentences. This happens in all Englishes. Let's look at an example sentence. Again, imagine it's a lovely Saturday morning. You take your phone and you call your friend. One of the things you'll probably say is, "Do you have plans for the day?" In this sentence, there's two words which carry the most important meaning and are more important than the others. They're plans and day. And they're stressed. The other words are function words, and they're not stressed. More specifically, for the is reduced and linked, making plans and day the key words. Therefore, for the becomes fodder. There's something interesting happening at the beginning of the sentence as well, but that's a topic for a different episode of our podcast, so make sure you're subscribed so that you don't miss that. When I say function words, I mean the following types of words. They're auxiliaries, such as are and was. They're modal auxiliaries, such as can and should, as in I can swim. They're prepositions, such as for, which is something we've already looked at, and of, for example. They're articles, and the. They're also question words, such as when and what. They can be pronouns, such as him and my, and conjunctions, such as and but. We're going to do some practice now. While you're practicing, focus on how words change when they are part of a sentence. For instance, the word for is often reduced to for. I will now say 3 sentences for you. There will be 2 sentences where for is pronounced in a weak position with a schwa, and 1 sentence where for is stressed. Identify the sentence where for is stressed. 1. Is it for me? 2. What do we have for dinner? 3. What are you waiting for? And clearly, it's the 3rd sentence where for is stressed. Now let's make sure you can hear the difference. I will say 4 pairs of sentences, and in each pair there will be 1 sentence where the function word is stressed, and 1 sentence where the same function word is unstressed. Identify which is which. We're not going to go into the rules. Let's just practice. 1. Listen to the sentences and listen for the verb am. What am I doing? Yes, I am. And clearly, it's the am in the 2nd sentence that is stressed. Let's do some more practice. Listen for the preposition at. We're here at last. What are you looking at? And it's the 2nd sentence that has the stressed word. Now, listen for the word are. 1. Her cakes are awful. 2. Yes, they are. Let's do the 4th example with the word can. 1. I can swim to any length. 2. Mom says I can. And it's clearly the 2nd sentence where the word can is stressed. Pay attention to these patterns while listening to native speakers and practice your pronunciation. Before we wrap up, here's a little homework to keep your brain buzzing. Leave a comment under this video. Write any sentence you like. Then look at your sentence and indicate which words are unstressed. Just write them separately next to your sentence. We hope that this quick lesson helps you take your English pronunciation to the next level. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for more useful videos like this. They will make learning English easy and fun. Check us out on all podcast platforms too. Comment, share your questions, and suggest topics you'd like to hear about next. Your support means a lot and helps us continue creating valuable content. And join us on Instagram. Follow us for daily tips, tricks, and a supportive community of learners from all around the world. Together, we'll conquer the English language one step at a time. See you there.